Honorable Minister, Almighty, then Secretary General of SPLMIO, all the dignitaries representing SPLMIO, all the media houses. I would like to recognize your dearly present and apologize for keeping you a bit waited for almost all day. Today is going to be a remarkable day for us and to the group. There is going to be a day of silence for this quiet period of 4, and we are entering the 5th month. I have never said anything, of which I believe many of you who have been my colleagues in media been looking for opportunity to maybe hear from me. Today, you have enough to do. Honorable Minister, Honorable all the participants, allow me to take us through the message which I have prepared for this particular day, on which I believe to be the main subject why we are here. The message is about resignation, my resignation from SPLMIO, RIG, ITGOLU, and declaration to join SPLMIO.
Viva! Viva! Viva!
I read again. My resignation from SPLMIG, ITGOLU, and declaration to join SPLMIO under the leadership of His Excellency Dr. Riek Machar will go. Your Excellency, after deep reflection and soul searching on the privilege of prevailing political and transitional processes and the need to secure the future of the Republic of South Sudan and the greater people administrative area DPA, we have decided to tender our resignation from SPLM-IG ITGOLU with effect from April 1st, 2014.
Viva! Viva! Viva!
Dear colleagues and media houses, I want to draw your attention to the May 9, 2014 agreement between South Sudan Democratic Movement of South Sudan Defense Army Cobra Factions and the government of the Republic of South Sudan, which ended 4 years of political violence in the Republic of South Sudan and Jonglei State in particular. The political violence that erupted after 2010 election was rooted in the political, social, and economic structures of society and the government of Southern Sudan by then during 2010 general election. The SPLM decided to use SPLA and the other organized forces in Jonglei State to rig elections. The leaders of the SDM were intimidated, beaten, harassed, and jailed. This led to political violence in the Jonglei State, leading to widespread systematic killing and destruction of property and livelihood of the citizens of greater people. So there was no any transitional justice or any effort to alleviate the humanitarian situation on the people affected by the war. GPA today remains one of the most impoverished, isolated, and underdeveloped communities in South Sudan with no any government service or infrastructure. We would like to underscore, apart from establishment of greater people administrative area, GPA, and the integration of former Cobra factions into the SPLA, other terms of the May 9th agreement have not been implemented. Notwithstanding, notwithstanding the lack of implementation of mainline agreement, we have always hoped for better days for our people. We thought that the implementation of agreement on resolution of conflict in the Republic of South Sudan Access 2015 and Access 2018 can result into inclusive and durable peace in South Sudan. This hope was shattered with the RSS collapse in 2016 before our very eyes. And now the RSS is under severe violence and threat of being derailed or abrogated. There has been a lack of political will on the side of government of South Sudan to implement the mainline agreement and the other agreements. And this is affecting the lives and the prospect for peace and development in the Republic of South Sudan. We cannot now stand by and watch the country descend into the abyss. So the people of South Sudan deserve better lives and thoughts on peace, justice, and prosperity. So the current governance crisis and living condition of South Sudan is totally unacceptable. This has been exacerbated by the absence of governance in the countryside. So the lack of political will to implement reforms in critical sectors and promote peace, security, unity, and reconciliation in the country is an indication that the world is yet to come. Unless the negative politics are retracted. We would like to highlight the failures of the SPLM-led government since independence. These failures have been a source of contentions and disagreement that divided the parties. That once was a beacon of hope and aspiration for the marginalized people of South Sudan. There are those who are feasting on the suffering of people of South Sudan, and they insist to promote their selfish interests at the expense of the other people and the states. And they have become very powerful and wealthy. So these individuals have increased in number, in strength, and around the office of president to the extent that they have captured organs and major sectors of the states and government. They have reduced the SPLM-IG to an organized conspiracy and violent tribal organization, rendering the party's organs and structures meaningless, dysfunctional, and visionless. The failure to arrest this formed a state-sponsored conspiracy. South Sudan have been faltering and bleeding and shall continue to do so due to the following reasons. 1. So the loss of visions and ideological directions. The SPLM has failed to deliver on the promises for South Sudanese independence.
Viva! Viva!
Viva!
Viva!
Viva!
Since independence, the condition of living in South Sudan has deteriorated even worse than when we were in the bush or in the old Sudan. This has left our citizens questioning the purpose of the struggle for independence of South Sudan, whether we still have that objective to be achieved or it has been lost. Then what would be your alternative? 2. The SPLM has failed to govern and provide security throughout the country. The semblance of the government is only seen in Juba and state capitals beyond.
Viva SPLM-IO, viva!
Viva!
Viva SPLM-IO, viva!
Viva!
Viva South Sudan, viva!
Viva!
Viva Dr. Machar, viva!
Viva!
Beyond the capitals, South Sudanese still live in their natural states within their tribal communities. There is prevalence of subnational violence throughout the country, occasional clashes with the government forces, and community is the order of the day. South Sudan was more peaceful and united during war for independence than today. We are asking what went wrong. We have found the answers in the failure of the SPLM-IG and the poor governance. 3. Endemic tribalism and ethnic tendencies. In the system of the state and the government, the principle of citizenship, merit, and competency has been related. The meaning of new state is being questioned by the marginalized and deprived communities of South Sudan. There are sectors and offices of government which appears to be served for certain communities. SPLM has failed to forge and promote equality, common identity, and nationhood in South Sudan. We have therefore decided to withdraw our confidence and even from SPLM so that we are not part of any political force that is seeking to perpetuate inequality, tribalism, and ethnic bigotry in the country. 4. The SPLM insistence to pursue the policy of dictatorship and the lack of constitutionalism. There is no respect for the rule of law and the constitutionalism throughout the country. Excessive use of force by the security officers are violated and suppressed human rights and freedom of the citizens and subjugated them into fear and police submission. Prevalence of extrajudicial killing goes unpunished. There are millions of South Sudanese who prefer to live in foreign countries instead of their own country, but the government has also taken them as enemies of the state. 5th, endemic poverty and underdevelopment. After the taking of our destiny into the hands in 2011, South Sudan has receded into the abject poverty despite the millions of barrels of oil per year being sold. South Sudan is among the top on the list of world's poorest countries with a small population. The government is unable to provide services and development for the citizens. So the country continues to rely on humanitarian aid, misappropriation of resources, and corruption are the main causes of underdevelopment and poverty in the country. 6. Endemic corruption with impunity. The country has not been able to come down from pinnacle of world's corruption country. What has surprised us is that those who are corrupt in South Sudan are known and are dead. Most privileged and rewarded with more appointments instead of being punished. You can see the contradiction. 7. Relating on the implementation of the agreement, it is fair to conclude that SPLM-ID is only good in signing and violating this agreement.
Ayo viva! Viva! Ayo viva! Viva! Ayo viva! Viva! Ayo viva! Uriya salama dala! Ayo viva! Uriya salama dala! Ayo viva! Viva! Dr. Machar, viva! 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 South Sudan, viva! Viva! Viva!
There is a serious lack of political will to implement the agreement by the SPLM-ID South Sudan. The main 9 agreement on the resolution of conflict in Dokole State, the RFs of 2015 and RFs of 2018 have suffered countless violations without redress. The ongoing calls and insistence by the SPLM-ID to conduct premature elections in December 2024 is all about the logic to refuse to implement the RFs and abrogate it altogether.
Viva SPLM-IO, viva!
Viva!
Viva South Sudan, viva!
Viva!
Viva Dr. Machar, viva!
Viva!
Viva General David Yao, viva!
Viva!
In the light of the above, we have decided not to allow our country to go down the drainage. We have no any other country to call home, and we only live once in generation. We have decided to join hands with the comrades or compatriots of SPLM-IO to implement the RFs and by throwing our weight to ensure a peaceful and democratic transition to the new political system.
Viva! 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 Viva!
Hurriya salam wa adala!
Ayo biar Shah! Hurriya salam wa adala! Ayo biar Shah!
Hurriya salam wa adala!
Ayo biar Shah!
That shall put an end to the current repressive system which was established soon after the Comprehensive Peace Agreement 2005 was signed, this declaration neither affects the status of Greater People Administrative Area as such as become part and parcel of transitional constitutions of the Republic of South Sudan as amended 2011. No South Sudan Defense Forces who have been integrated into SSPDFs. Ayo viva!
Viva!
Dr. Machar viva!
Viva!
Kulana viva!
Viva!
With this, I thank you so much. We may allow a few of you to ask some questions. Then from there, we call it a conference. Thank you so much.
Ayo ya Shah! Ayo ya Shah! Ayo ya Shah!
Viva Ajiba Haja Ajiba.
Viva Viva Haja Ajiba!
Viva Ajiba Haja Ajiba.
Viva Viva Haja Ajiba!
Viva Ajiba Haja Ajiba.
Viva Viva Haja Ajiba!